West War Room Rivals is sponsored by Emporia State Federal Credit Union. Learn more at esfcu.com. Text or call the number 620-342-2336 to get started today. ESFCU is the Shovix banking of choice, federally insured by the NCUA. This episode of West War Room Rivals is brought to you by JBW Solutions Industrial Safety Services, your remote safety partner no matter where work takes you. From the job site to the office, JBW Solutions brings OSHA 10 and 30 training, plus a full lineup of compliance services straight to your screen. Whether you're a small crew or a major operation, they make safety simple, accessible, and effective. Visit jbwsolutionsllc.com to learn more today and stay compliant wherever you are. West War Room Rivals is sponsored by Field Ops. Kansas sports fields just got an upgrade with Field Ops. Looking to reserve top quality sports fields in Kansas? Whether you're organizing youth tournaments, adult leagues, or weekend pickup games, Field Ops is your go-to platform for discovering and booking the best athletic fields across the state. Instant online reservations, detailed field info such as locations, amenities, and photos. Field Ops is also trusted by coaches, organizers, and athletes. From Wichita to Overland Park, Field Ops has got you covered with real-time availability and streamlined scheduling. Get in the game at gofieldops.com/Kansas-KS. That's gofieldops.com/Kansas-KS. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to West War Room Rivals. We have got a fun show for you guys tonight. We have the legend himself, John Abraham, joining us in just a few short minutes. We do want to do a special roll call, though, that is brought to you by Spy Optic. Use the code ORANGE20 to get 20% off your shades. My co-host Matt there has it. Shovix, kick us off with the roll call.
Right on. I am Austin, representing the 0-1 Chiefs.
And I'm Corey, representing Broncos Country.
And I'm Matt, also representing Broncos Country.
And I'm Cody, representing Raider Nation. We want to give a special thank you to our sponsor, JBW Solution, veteran-owned, community-focused, safety-driven. We are so thankful for their partnership. Please go visit their website. It is down in the description below. And we want to give a special shout-out to our new partners, Badger Barrel. They actually just hooked us up today with some merch and also some smokers. So we have some content coming out for those smokers. Please go visit their website. Everything is linked down below. Also, Shank It Golf, Beard Club. I'm sure I'm missing some partners, and they've got some awesome swag there on the screen. But you guys, with all that being said, we're taking care of housekeeping notes. Let's get to the main event, the fun of the show. And I think, guys, I can speak for all of us when we say we've got a good one tonight.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Without further ado, let's give him a proper introduction. So tonight we are joined by three-time first-team All-Pro, five-time Pro Bowler, led the league in forced fumbles in 2001, is ranked 13 all-time in sacks among the NFL leaders with 133.5 sacks, and he was drafted 13th overall by the Jets from the University of South Carolina. Please join me in welcoming the legend himself, John Abraham. John, thank you for joining us, sir. Welcome to the War Room.
What's up, guys? See, I went and put a jacket on.
Yeah, I see that.
It is an awesome jacket, actually.
Actually, looks pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? It got my daughter's name on it. I got I got all these coats made because my daughters play sports and stuff. So I want to be one of those extra dads that look really weird and embarrass my kids. So their names be everywhere.
Oh, parents' obligation is to embarrass the kids. So yes, you got to have whatever to garner as much attention as possible.
No question.
All right, let's get started again. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to kind of walk through your career a little bit, and we're going to start with your time in going to South Carolina. And I'm curious to start. The question is, what drew your attention to go to South Carolina, and what was the recruiting process like for that?
I think for a lot of people that really start to play and don't know a lot about the sport they playing, you just look for something that's convenient and something that's close to you. And for me, you only play 1 year of high school football. So my thing was I wanted to stay in state. I was like, I'm staying in state because I don't know if this is going to be a career or not. So I don't want to go way across the country and then like have to come back home in a week or two because I just couldn't manage. So South Carolina was only 45 minutes away from home. I really wanted to go to state, to be honest. And I did choose Clemson first in my mind because I wanted to play outside linebacker because I was only like 195 in high school. So I was like, there's no way I can be as big as these guys in college. I went and they had this one guy. He had me about, he probably was on like 250, but like then he was like 300 to me in my mind mentally. But he had like biggest ends and like, and you know, the funny thing is he ended up like quitting football before I even got there. He quit like, I got there and it was like, I said, where's that big dude? They said, man, he had a body like Tarzan and played like Jane. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the first time I heard it. But dude was like jacked up and everything. But South Carolina was more for convenience when I was younger. I didn't really know because I got recruited by a lot of schools, but it was just like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. And my mom was really keen on Brad Scott because he kind of tricked her with his religious ways. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be good because I'm religious. I'm like, nah. I don't trust none of that now. I'm too old now. I don't trust none of that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So now your time at South Carolina. Was there a favorite SEC opponent you looked forward to playing, or a favorite road environment that you remember? Any that you look forward to?
Well, you got to understand, I lost 21 games when I was in college. So I went 6-5, 5-6, 1-10, and 0-11. So no, I didn't look up. I didn't see nobody. Like, who the next game is? Like, shit, by the time I get my head whooped, I got to get in the league or something because this is terrible. I used to play Clemson. I love playing anybody. The funny thing about me in school, it was almost like high school because I was learning the game. So every game for me was different. Every game was just more like, am I getting my stance right? Or if I get a tackle, I get one tackle, I thought I did something well. So I've never been a numbers guy. Even like after football, I became a numbers guy because I was talking about the Hall of Fame and all that stuff. So, my numbers are up there with these people's numbers. But like my whole life, I never was a numbers guy. I always was a playmaker. I said, as long as I'm making plays in the game, we're going to win. So I never thought about like if I had 10 tackles, I had 2 sacks or whatever. It was like, if I get to the guy with the ball, I'm going to have a good game, regardless of how many times I get there, but I got to get there. So I never really cared about the numbers. So in college, it was just like, learning I got to play against Fred Taylor. I got to play against so many guys, like Takeo Spikes. I got to play against Peyton Manning. This just in college, and people think about how the SEC wasn't tough. I mean, Tennessee just had everybody. Jamal Lewis almost killed me. I'm like, he was a freshman. I think I was a sophomore. He knocked the living, out of me. I was like, yeah, I got to play. I didn't play against, but I got to see Javon Curse in college. I got to see all these guys like at Florida, at Tennessee, at like any. I'm trying to think. There's so many names. It's like it's ridiculous. Like the SEC was so stacked then, man.
Yeah. So continuing with your time at South Carolina, was there a teammate that you gravitated towards that helped you like along the way with kind of learning, college and the speed of that, considering you said you only played 1 year in high school? Did you have a teammate that you gravitated towards in South Carolina?
I think they all helped me because everybody was more mature when it comes to football. But I think my best friend, Boo Williams, is the reason why I probably got pushed more because ever since I was younger, I kind of like looked at offensive players and player I would like to be like, and we actually ended up being like roommates for a couple of years, and he kept me steady because I was so worried about money because I didn't have any money. I came to school. My mom only made like $13,000 a year, so I wasn't asking her for nothing. We get Pell Grant. I didn't have a car. It was just so many stuff that's going wrong. But him being how it is in college. You got a roommate that got a car, you winning already. So he had a car. Whenever I would give, like, I need like a $20 here, he'll give it to me there. So that was probably the biggest thing. My thing was I tried to learn from certain people, but I learned that I was better than certain people. That's when I started getting good because I was at that, and I'm not knocking anybody on my team, but it was just like I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't go out, I did all that thing. I did none of that in college. That's why I said I probably should have never got drafted. But it was probably him, man. And a lot of things that they were doing, I was trying not to do. But when I got Lou Holtz there, Lou Holtz showed me what a culture of football is supposed to be like. Even though he was talking trash to a lot of people and doing a lot of stuff, the next year they went and won a bowl game. So you seen the kind of, and I tell people to their face that was in the program with me, the culture was messed up. The culture in South Carolina was just bad. Like I knew because I didn't drink in high school. I didn't drink. So when I got to college, I was like, how these dudes coming out here lifting and running and still going to class and doing all this? And, like it smelled like smoke down here. And I didn't smoke weed either. So it was just like, good Lord, these are athletes? And I was like, how the heck is this possible? Because I just didn't imagine it. Because I guess in my mind, we have these these unrealistic views of athletes and certain people that we think they got to be perfect. So I always thought that until I got to school. But then I got to the league. That's when I really found out that, you can do pretty much whatever you want to and still play. I was like,
wow. So, Mr. Abraham, you talked about like you played against Peyton Manning and Jamal Lewis in the SEC. How did that prepare you for playing in the NFL?
I don't think none of that really prepared me, because when I got in the NFL, it was totally different from college. Because college, you got 100 people. You got 100 people on your squad, and you try. Now, I can say I learned how to get my ass kicked, but I don't think that counts. So, I definitely learned that in college. But, I learned how to take an ass kicking. But I think when I got to the league is when I really started learning football. Like, I really started, because I didn't have to worry about school no more. I didn't have to worry about taking care of my family. I didn't worry about what I was eating and all that stuff like that. So when I got in the league, Brian Cox took me under his wing, and he started showing me the ins and outs of being a better player, because I was fast. I could rush the passer, but he's like, you ain't got no hips. He said, I don't see how you get no ass, because you can't be doing nothing good to a woman with them little hips. I was like, all right.
That's coaching. Yeah.
It was different when I got in the league, but I really think that college was just so hard for me, man. Like, college was just, because it's like I came in so far behind everybody. Even though I led the team in sacks for all 4 years, that just showed you that our talent wasn't that good. And trying to be the most talented person on that player, but being a quiet guy, because we had people from Florida, Georgia, and everybody was talking so much. I always felt like I was out of place, and I ended up doing the same thing when I was in the league. That's one thing I kind of wish I would have done more of, talk up for myself. But playing those guys, it didn't do much for me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I got in the league, I realized that everybody was good, but I was better than a lot of the guys that was out there, just being realistic.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And so, like, draft preparation, because you obviously said that, the South Carolina teams weren't very good that you were a part of, but you were still drafted in the first round, 13th overall. Walk us through the draft preparation and maybe a little story from draft night for you.
Yeah.
Nice hat.
So the draft for me was like, pissed me off, because I knew I was going to San Francisco, man. I was like, I'm going to San Francisco. I said San Francisco or Carolina, because Carolina close to home. I'm a country boy, and I was thinking San Francisco because I talked to Bill Walsh, and Bill Walsh was like, "We're gonna take, because I met with them the longest, and my first starter throwback jacket was a San Francisco 49ers jacket. So everything would have worked perfect in my mind, right? So the night before, the Jets called, and I kind of wish, and this is just being realistic. At the time, I should have told my roommate not to answer the phone, because he answered the phone, and the Jets asked for what's his phone number and all that stuff like that. And I love the Jets, y'all. I'm just telling you at the story time. It's just like, it was tough because the coach that was there, me and him ain't never got along. I went through a lot of injuries and stuff. It was like, that's what I'm just saying. Not saying I mess with them now. They cool. We cool. We
Sweet.
we good. We good.
Sweet.
But also I think it hurt my career too, because we had 4 first-round picks, and he had Sean, who was a defensive end, and I was a defensive end. So I had to do all the special team stuff. I had to do the second team stuff. Like, Sean was just kind of like that main guy. I was just like the dog. Like, you got to learn your spot. Even though I was a second pick, they would have me running around. So I didn't make it through my rookie year, and it ended up being a lot of injuries with the same injury just from my groin, from overworking and things like that. So, but I don't regret anything. So I'm making kind of joking wise, but going to the NFL, being drafted 13 was amazing, because people was telling me, oh, you can be a first-round pick. But I'm like, man, all these guys. And if you go to like a Senior Bowl, or, man, these guys are so conceited, man. Everybody was like, they was going first round. I'm like, they like 100 of us here. Everybody going first round? How many picks in the first round? I'm like Florida State just won a national championship, so they was like they going first. Everybody from Florida State said they was going first round. T. Martin said he was going first round. I was like everybody telling me I'm first round, but all these guys going first round. I'm like, there ain't no way I'm going first round. I was like, man, I was off the board so soon, it shocked the shit. I was like, man, I was ready to sit there for like, probably the end, go like 30 or something. I ended up going 13 because Sean went 12, I went 13, and like I was shocked. I was confused. I was definitely happy to be drafted, but definitely didn't know where the hell I was going. I was like, the Jets. I'm like, where the hell? I'm like, I didn't speak with these guys. I didn't meet with them or anything. But a thing about this story, I went to the draft this year, and Julian Peterson was there. So he ended up going to San Francisco at 16. But it's funny though, because me and Julian was pretty much the same player. Like if you looked at us in college, we were like the same player, like 3-4 defense, yada yada yada. So I'm talking to him, and I'm just like, man. He said, bro, I supposed to went to the Jets, right? I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I failed the drug test. I was like, mother. I was like, you messed up my whole life. He was like, man, the Jets already told me they were gonna take me and everything. I was like, so you the reason why I went to New York? So I think the night before the draft, they must have got his test back and said he failed. And so he dropped. So the Jets was like, yeah, we ain't gonna touch him, So they went back and got me because I supposed to went to San Francisco, and I already knew. I'm telling you, man, it was in paper. Then I seen Julie go, and I didn't think about it. And I promise you, to this day, well, I know now, but before he said that, I had no clue. I was like, wow, bro. I'm like, God. I said, man,
that's awesome.
That is.
As you had mentioned, the 4 first-round picks. What was that adjustment period like for you as a rookie when you're walking into a locker room, knowing that it's a loaded defense already, and now you have to kind of set your mark?
I was ready because you can understand I didn't have any goals for myself. Like I came in with no goals. I came in with an empty sheet. I came in to learn. I didn't even came in expecting to be doing it. Like getting to college, I didn't expect to do as much as I did. Coming to the league, I was like, I told myself if I get 5 years in this league, I'm good. You know what I mean? Then I came out. Probably by game 3, they was like, "Oh, this guy's good. We got to get him in the starting lineup." I was like, "Okay," because I was expecting, and I was always used to being the underdog. So it took a long time for me to get my self confidence up and be the player that I was. Like even when I was in New York, I used to get so much. I mean, I wasn't great. I drank a lot. I did a lot because you understand my first 3 years in the league was like college. Because I didn't do anything in college. So, I'm just, and then like when I was in college, I didn't experiment with my teammates. I didn't go out with my teammates. I didn't go to clubs. I didn't do all this stuff. I had hoes, but I ain't did none of the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, when I got to the league and finally got money, I'm going to go celebrate. Then I got hurt. Getting hurt was probably the worst part. That's when I kind of created a bad coping mechanism. When I found out alcohol can like numb everything up for a little while. And so besides that though, man, like, even when I got to the Pro Bowls, when I made All Pro, I ain't knew what All Pro was because I never cared about numbers and stats. I thought Pro Bowl was the best thing ever. I thought if you get to the Pro Bowl, you're better. But I got an All Pro my first year playing, like really my second year, I made All Pro, and then like mentally I think I had the fear of success. I had the fear of being the greatest ever, So and because I wasn't used to being put in that kind of position, coming from there, I always felt like, I was an 0-11 guy. I'm from a small town. I can't be around like certain people like this because I don't fit in here. I don't fit in there, And it's stuff that you have. I guess you grow up a certain way, people telling you you're not this, or, I went from like 5 years old working in the tobacco field with my mom to being, in New York City. Like, dude, that's like crazy. I mean, and I got to pat myself on the back now because I'm older and I understand. Like, dude, you did some ish that that people don't even understand. But I think also, and I think all us guys probably have felt this before. When you have a vision in your mind and you just know what's going to happen, it don't surprise you. Like when I was in the league, it was just like I knew I was going to the league. Like everybody, like, oh, you had to be like this. Oh, your story is like this. I'm like, no, I literally saw it like I can visualize it. I've seen it. Like nothing told me I wasn't going to the league. Like even I only played 1 year. When I started playing, it was like this is going to take you to the league, and I ended up going to the league. And I don't know why, but my mind it was just an open door, like anything. And then and I think Jameis Winston said this, and this is exactly what I should have pinpointed on, and it made so much sense. He said, "You know what? I didn't dream big enough." And I think that's why my career was like that. Because if I would have dreamt bigger, like I can be a Hall of Famer, I can be an All-Pro, I can do all this, the drinking probably wouldn't have been there. The worrying about this wouldn't have been there. The more sacrifice I would have put in. Because I told people this before. When I was in New York, I was a great player, but I wasn't a great pro. And that, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't professional. I wasn't. I used to go out, the night for practices and stuff like that. And then I stopped drinking, like my last couple of years there. I stopped drinking, and then I started back when I got in Atlanta when I got hurt. But I wasn't a great pro there. I was a better pro in Atlanta, and I was probably a terrible pro when I played for Carolina. The Cardinals at the end of my career, because I went back to that coping mechanism. Now I have a therapist. I love my therapist. Dad's talked to her today. Laura, tell you, that woman there, she a little white girl, but she know her stuff, man. That's my dog. I had to thank her today. I texted her today and I'll say thank you, man, for everything. And she was like, "No, you've been doing the work." I said, take a compliment. That's all. She always tell me the same thing. You gotta learn how to take a compliment. Because I always be like, "Nah, I ain't like that." Nah, but she so I told her the same thing.
All right. Well, we're gonna put that exercise to the test because I want to give you a compliment by how open and vulnerable you've been in sharing that journey so far. We're obviously still going to walk through your amazing playing career. And I'm just going to say, I believe you should be in the Hall of Fame, whether that's something that you want or not. But I just want to say your level of vulnerability right now is super commendable. And I really appreciate that. Not only are we having your time today, but you're being as open as you are. And I just want to say thank you for that before we continue. So that's sincere for me to say, dude, thank you for being as open as you are. This has been a treat up to now, and I think the work you've done has been amazing.
Well,
okay, good. I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a good night.
You done Cody?
I just wanted to say that before we continue because it's been like you've been giving us a ton, and we still got a lot more to go. So you're not leaving yet, but I just want to say how vulnerable you've been has been incredible up to this minute, and I'm so excited for the rest of the show. So I just wanted to say that.
No problem.
I agree with Cody, and I actually, when I went to post your graphic on social media today, I had to correct it because in my mind, I don't know why, I already thought you were a Hall of Famer, so I'm just going to agree with Cody. I had to go back and correct it and just put the asterisk and said should be Hall of Fame, John Abraham, because I don't know why I already thought you were, but because you should be, but also everything Cody said, like, just how open and vulnerable, like that. This is why we love being able to do this. So just truly appreciate that.
Yeah, it's easier. It's easier than trying to circle around about what I can talk about and what I can't. I mean, I can sit here and just lie to y'all, and then, like, let's say if something happened next week, and then I try to come back and say, "Oh, well, John didn't say that. Last week he said he was living great. He said he ain't never had a drink. He said all this junk, but now he's over here like, oh, well, I got a problem." Bro, shut your ass up. I just like being. I like being transparent. It's way easier for me since I can't remember like I used to. Mm-hmm. I just be straightforward with people. So if we ever like have to repeat a story, I know you ain't gonna hear no lie. You ain't gonna be like, that ain't what you said last time. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I said that. Like I know that to be true.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, and we appreciate that. And then kind of just continuing on, diving into beginning of your NFL career, kind of like in college. But was there a veteran player or someone you kind of went under their wing or their tutelage a little bit when you got into the league?
You ain't heard nothing I just said. I said Brian Cox.
That's true. I didn't know if it's anyone else.
It was Brian Cox. It was like Brian Cox. It was me, Sean Ellis, and Lavernius Coles. So Brian was like the older guy, but it was like me, Lavernius, and Sean were like just tied in together. Me and Lavernius were real close then. But Lavernius just had problems, in Jacksonville. So he used to come to South Carolina on the offseason and stay the most time. Me and him became like brothers. Then he ended up going to the Redskins. But like I said, I kind of should have been with Curtis. I kind of should have been with Vinny Testaverde. But I was a defensive player, and our defense was nasty, like on and off the field. Like we was nasty. Like they were drinkers when I came there. They gambled. They did all that. And like I said, I was trying to be an NFL player, and this is what I saw, because in college, like these guys ain't had no goals. They was like they said, like, all these guys saying they're going to NFL, but in my mind I was like, nah, I can't drink, I can't do this. I'm in the NFL, and everyone's drinking, going out and doing this. And I'm like, well, maybe I can do the same thing because these guys are doing it. So, and I said, I want to hang with my teammates. So that's when I started doing it because, like I said, I didn't dream big enough. If I dreamt bigger then, if somebody would have came and told me, just like when I was in college, somebody came and told me like, yeah, you can go pro. So it changed my whole perspective. If somebody would have told me like when I was, I guess my first couple of years, if somebody would have came and be like, but it's all competition too. Everybody working. Like a lot of these guys didn't want to see me do good. You know what I'm saying? Like Brian Cox, when I started showing that I was going to be a good player, that's when he was like, "Oh, come here, Rook. Let me work with you. You're going to be all right." So that you have to learn, you have to earn that in the league because you got 30-year-old guys playing the same position. They ain't gonna be sitting here like, "Oh, let me help you." No, all that stuff they see on TV about the quarterbacks want to help the other quarterbacks and these people be friends. It ain't always like that. Like you come in there and a guy can get your job. Like if you don't see how Gary playing so good now since Micah Parsons came, now Gary just coming in with sacks like I don't know what. Okay, yeah, Gary, you was awesome. Now you just really good because you got Micah. Now you really got to play well. So it's like things like that. And I had guys that I had Marvin Jones, I had Mo Lewis, I had like Vic Green, I had Marcus Coleman, all these guys like. We had Frost, Scott Frost was there, and all these guys partied hard, man, like partying and gamble. That's all they did. And I was like, I gotta be in this. And if you ain't never did it before, it's gonna feel fun. Like literally, it's gonna feel fun. If you ain't never partied, it's gonna feel like you're having fun till like the next day. When you get my age, you realize like, okay, I'm having hangovers. I'm missing this. I'm doing erratic stuff. And looking back at all the stuff I did, if I would have had a little more, just one person, if I'd had one person probably say, you know what, John, you have potential to be a Hall of Famer. You have the potential to do this. All you got to do is do it. Nobody ever told me that. They always just like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, John's good. I'm like, and they don't understand, like, this is my first rodeo too. I don't have nobody to look up to. I don't have a father. I don't have a coach that calls me. Like none of my coaches, my high school coach didn't call me. My college coach didn't really call me. So I didn't have nobody to tell me like, you could be that guy. Until after, like, I didn't realize I could be in the Hall of Fame until like I got 100 sacks. And I was like, whoa, I got 100 sacks? Oh, sheesh. Okay, all right, well, let me start tightening up. And I was like, I might be all right. I might get there. Because I didn't, like when they say the dream thing, I didn't dream big enough.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned like the 100 sacks because when I was making your graphic, trying to get to know John Abraham a little bit, it was talking about you have more sacks than some of these guys that are already in the Hall of Fame. And you're one of the few NFL players that has recorded a sack with 3 different franchises. So, I mean that just speaks volumes on your career. So. But I would say with that situation, a guy was like going back and forth with me about, well, tell me which one of those guys you're better than. I said, I'm better than none of them because all I'm in the Hall of Fame, dumbass. Like, come on, like in the Hall of Fame, I'm not saying I'm better than somebody. That's like saying I'm a better chef, but you at home and just do it on TV. Like, I ain't saying it ain't, but I'm like, I'm not going to try to take away from somebody else's credit of these great players that's around me to say that because I got more numbers than Lawrence Taylor. I'm better than him. Hell no. Because I got more sacks than Dwight Freeney. I'm better than him. Hell no. But I'm saying I'm sitting at the freaking table. I ain't want to curse. I'm sitting at the table though. If you had to bring us all at the table, like and like I'm 3 all-time in caused fumbles. I don't care what you say. That's amazing to me. Like you in top 5 in anything for the. Not for your like error that you played all time. So you got leave me alone. So you like I'm number 3 all time, and I probably was number 1 at one time because the 2 people that are ahead of me played a little bit after me and longer. So you got Julius Peppers and you have Mathis. So both of them, I probably was number 1 when I retired, and they played a few more years and passed me. So like, look, and I understand. Like I was not the camera guy. I was not the guy you're going to hear about this. You'll hear about when I get in trouble, but you won't hear about me getting 3 sack games. And then some people say this, you didn't lead the league in sacks, but also I played less games than a lot of those guys, and my numbers are still the same. I missed 40. Think about I got them 40 games I missed back. It wouldn't have been nothing to talk about. Like I had 6 sacks in 6 games, and I was probably I might have could have got player of the year that game. I might have could have broke. See, it's all these ifs, but I'm saying the facts are he has numbers that are Hall of Fame numbers. Like regardless of what he could have, I can take because I always say, man, I ain't did it because of this. I ain't did it because of this. Now I'm kind of like, let me move could out the way. Now, what reason should he?
Well,
Yep.
yeah, he got all the numbers that all the rest of the people got. I ain't trying to be rude, and I ain't trying to tug my own horn. I'm just speaking facts now, and it feels good to speak facts.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll toot for you a little bit because I think you said it perfectly right there. You're not trying to take away from them or saying you're better than anyone, but you absolutely you deserve to be at this table.
Yeah,
I
Absolutely.
think that was said perfectly.
That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Like
That's the point I was making too. That's the point I was making too. It's just like if these guys are doing it, John Abraham did it. Why isn't he there too? So, but how do you think you would stack up in today's league?
I'll be a beast, man. Because how they practice and everything, it'll be ridiculous, man. I see these guys get so many one-on-ones, and now they have something. The term is called edge now. We didn't have edge back in there. You was either defensive end or outside linebacker. For instance, I got drafted as an outside linebacker. Then when I got to New York, I had to move back to end. It was the worst decision of my life, but I ain't had a choice because that's what the coach wanted to run. But for me, I was getting my butt kicked every day because I was like 235, 240, and I'm just getting leveled. Then I end up like messing all my fingers up. If you look at my Jets pictures, you'll see I will cast on all my fingers. So I couldn't, like everybody told me, oh, you couldn't play the run. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I'm this. I used to hit people like this, and I'll try. I'm serious. If you look at the things, you will see I had these taped up and these taped up. So when I went to Atlanta, I said I can't do this the rest of my career. I can't. So I started taping my fingers under my gloves. Started taping them like this, and I wish I was like I wish I would did it earlier in my career because after that. I was good. Like after that, when I came to Atlanta, like I was like, wow, I can use my hands now. So it was a big change.
that's cool. So we did interview Eric Coleman a few weeks ago, and obviously he name dropped you as one of his favorite teammates that he loved to play with. Do you have any fun Eric Coleman stories to share?
Well, he always used to wear the tightest clothes. This was before tight.
He still does.
Yeah, he does.
He was showing them on.
So this is before tight clothes were cool, man. But only thing I can say about Eric, and this is from the God honest truth, that dude always shows love. Like even when he came in the locker room, everything he does like exudes love, like the love of the game, the passion, all that stuff. And he looked like an L7 sometimes. But he's one of the coolest dudes, you know.
Yeah, square.
like I said, if somebody that you see as a teammate, somebody you see as a friend, like I don't care how long that we haven't seen each other, man. I have a great picture of us, like right after I got a sack or something, he jumping on me, giving me a hug like this, and I love that picture, man. So it's just a passion, man. And I have. Like I'm trying to think of good stories, but all the stories is kind of like I don't like when I think of him, I just think of tight suits and tight outfits.
We'll leave it at that. We won't reveal some terrible stories, but yes, yeah. I mean, it still runs true because like I said, when we interviewed him a few weeks ago, same outfit almost in terms of like how tight it was, and it was a great time. But he did name you as one of his favorite teammates, so.
Yeah, he was definitely one of mine too, man. I have so many, but like in New York. Like somebody I can always know be there and always, you know, get me in my A game when things were going wrong, that he would definitely be that guy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny you said that first, because when you said that, I went back and I was just like, the first thought when he popped onto the camera, I'm like, you could have probably gone about 4 or 5 shirt sizes bigger, man. Like, that just made me laugh a little bit. But
that's my guy.
Yeah, so we know you kind of went out and did your thing, but was there a specific offensive lineman or even just an offense that you kind of looked forward to playing to because either challenges, there's either an opponent on the other side that you just couldn't wait to get your hands on, anything like that you remember?
If I was to say one person, I'll be lying. Man, I miss football every fucking day. Like I miss it every day, man, because people don't understand how much work you put it. Well, y'all understand, y'all understand. If you put how much work you put into something, you put years into something, and then they take it away. And not saying they literally take it. And then it took me so long just to go back and to watch football and to be around it again like I am now. But bro, like it was tough. Like even this past weekend, watching the Falcons play, and they honored me like at halftime, right before halftime, and it felt like I was back in the game, man. You know, you got to see your face on the screen again. And I tell people, between sex and getting a sack, and you ain't gonna never get a sack again. That is some hard to worry about, man. Like, I ain't gonna never get a sack again. Like, no more sacks. Like, no, it's one of the hardest feelings in life. I can't just walk up to somebody and be like, hold his ball. You know, so it's not basketball players, they got big three. They can go out and they can shoot. You know, they can take their kids out and shoot ball with them. I got 4 girls. I ain't taking no. My daughter does play flag football, but you know, it's just. If I don't care if it was the best in the world or the worst ever, I want to go against them. Like it was no team that I didn't want to play. I never was scared because I always wanted to see where I was in life. So if it was the best guy, if it's Jonathan Ogden, I want to go against him. Like my coach tell me, go over here and do like this is the weak guy. I don't want the weak guy. How am I going to get better? How am I going to show? Now everybody likes the game like we play against the Raiders. You might get 3 sacks when they had Jamarcus Russell, which I did. Mm-hmm. So. I got 3 sacks on them in the first half, right?
Yeah.
Like 7 plays, I had 3 sacks, right? And I just sat down. I ain't even played the second half. So stuff like that, if I knew this is what I'm saying also, if I knew I had that kind of chance of me in the Hall of Fame, I would have stayed in that game. I might have got 6 or 7 sacks. I'm just being honest.
10 sack game on that team. Yeah. I got
that's when y'all had Marcus, so it was pretty bad.
We were a rough squad back then, dude. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I like the challenge though. I think if you're going to be great, like I like a check. Because sometimes you can see a guy and the tackle might not be that great to you, but he might be hard for me. Mm-hmm. Like the shorter guys were harder for me. Like the tall guys, I used to eat them up. But if I had like a short guy, like I know I'm gonna have a long day because like my moves don't really work on the little midget dudes. The dudes, you know, them short guys that can move around real quick, and that just because I'm quick, so I try to do quick moves on big guys. You try to do it on a small dude, he just.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a difference of everything like that. And excuse me for saying midget, y'all. I know we're supposed to say dwarf or something like that. I apologize. I'm 47. I messed up now too, man. I got to correct myself too. I apologize.
No. You corrected it. You're good.
Yeah, all good.
So I do want to. Do you think sacking the quarterback is kind of an underrated stat compared to like QB pressures? What did you?
No. Just get a sack. I don't give a damn about no pressure. Shut the hell up. Don't even bring that shit up. Don't try to judge. It's like, oh, you think PBUs are better than interceptions? Shut the up. Trying to say no is not overrated. Pressures are cool. PBUs are cool. Dropping a touchdown is not cool. Getting a first down compared to a touchdown. What do you want to get first down? Is you think first downs are overrated compared to the touchdown? No. So sacks are the shit. Leave me alone about that. You ain't getting sacks. You ain't getting money. You don't never see somebody who had 100 pressures this year.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. That might be my favorite answer ever.
That was the best I've ever heard on the show.
Put that on a shirt, man.
Yeah, right.
Put that on a shirt.
It's just funny because like watching some games, and it's funny because they always talk about, well, he led the NFL in pressures last year. It's cool, but he also had like maybe 2 total sacks. So like, does it really matter the fact that he's getting ain't nobody
that guy had all those pressure. That guy that had all those pressure. I guarantee you he'll take all them pressure back for 2 more sacks. I guarantee you. You can 50 pressures, I'll take 2 sacks over 50 pressures because how they paying now, shit, you only need to get 10 sacks or 8 sacks. You get 8 to 10 sacks a year. You talking? They don't never say, well, he had these many pressures. Pressures are good. I'm not going to say they're not. They're good for the people in the back end. If they got an incomplete pass. But if you put pressure on the quarterback and they still complete a pass and you still on the field, it's not nothing. You get a sack, the down is over, they move. I'm like, come on, man. Like, don't play with me, man. Like, it sounds good, but nah. Like, would you want to tackle or you want to tackle for loss?
Yeah. It's a rhetorical question, but yes.
Hey, now in today's NFL, they're coming up with stats for anything.
I would take 20 tackles for loss and less tackles than that. Because you have people got like 150 tackles and they got like 1 tackle for loss. Give me 10 tackles for loss. I'll take that over. It's just like people just make stuff up to make it sound. Especially when you got a good player now. The first thing they say is, "Oh, the pressures, man. Did you see how? But look at that pressure. Okay, they still moving the ball though, boss. Like they got 5 yards. So it is what it is, man.
And that's what I'm saying with like watching some of these games during the day, and you're kind of like, who the hell has time to pay attention to these stats? Like, who's seriously watching when they're doing this and this? And it's like touchdown, sacks, interceptions. Like that's the name of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like.
Man.
So I do want to.
Don't count. I ain't saying pressures don't count. I'm just saying saying that when it comes to the logistics of what is the real job, no. Pressures are good. I'm not saying they're not, but they know.
But don't make them as valuable as a sack, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right.
Every 100 pressure is a sack.
Yeah.
So I do want to jump forward real quick to your age 35 season with the Cardinals. You had 11 and a half sacks. Honestly, at that rate, that's awesome. That's great. What kept you motivated that season to kind of tell yourself that you could still compete at a high level like that?
I wasn't motivated when I got there, man. I was trash money. I was the worst version of myself I probably ever been in the league, not being injured. I was scarred. I got cut from the Falcons. I got hurt a game that didn't matter against Tampa Bay. We was going to the playoffs. We already won the division. I got hurt. So I pretty much missed the whole offseason. Played San Francisco, lost to San Francisco. So my hopes of going to the Super Bowl were gone. I got cut that year after signing a 3-year deal with them and took less money and not going to Tennessee. I was raising my nephew at the time, so I didn't want to leave Atlanta. So I contemplated retiring. It was the worst effing time of my year. My sister and my agent was like, "Nah, you're gonna still play." No team didn't want me. Like the Patriots, I wanted to go to the Patriots, but they didn't sign me. I thought the Patriots. I said I have opportunity. So no, I was bad, man. So and even when I got there, I wasn't even the starter. I was like third string. They had me just come in on pass rushing downs, and so I started drinking a lot. And I said, "Y'all give me $3 million just to be on the bench." Fuck it. I was there, so I just drank. I just hung out. I came. Played the game. Then like 2 guys got hurt in front of me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So that's when I just started focusing back in, and it was like, "Oh," and then I get to play outside linebacker. So me and James Betch used to be like in the meeting room, so I just became the most constant, like just studying, like because I wanted everybody to know that I could play outside linebacker my whole career, and this is my position. So I just went in there and I studied my ass off every day. I'm talking before practice, after practice. I came in on Wednesday and Thursday and did my own film work. Sunday before the game, Saturday before the game, I went to the meetings with the coaches. I didn't go to we had a team meeting. I used to go to coaches first, then I go to team meeting. I mean, I was in my book so much, man. And I was playing like it was my last year. I was like, I don't give a shit. If I tear something this year, if I hurt something this year, I was flying around. And when I said it was the funnest year after, like when I finally got to start and play, I had so much fun on that field, man. It was like just playing outside. And when I look at people like Parsons and like even TJ Watt, and they just have that freedom to stand up and do all that stuff and just really be an outside linebacker. And that's my dream position. I got drafted as an outside linebacker, and I had to play DN 13 years out of my 15. So for me, it was like I hated it because people don't believe that I played out of position. In my mind, I said I played out of position, and I still put up numbers that well, you was in, you supposed to. I'm like, man, I'm an outside linebacker. I ran a 4.41 for y'all. Like I ain't no more than run the corner. I can cover backs. I can do all this. So I always felt like when I was in New York, it hurt so much because I felt like I wasn't getting. And then to have the coaches, the coaches don't think you're smart enough to play that position. Like when you know your coach doesn't think you're that intelligent. Playing outside linebacker, playing D-line is totally different. And I really felt like, they just think I'm stupid. They really just think I'm a dumb. And then for me being a person that didn't talk up for myself then, because I was so used to being like just that low-key guy, it was hurt. But the Cardinals, I wish I would have gave them more. But I got a head injury actually there, and I kind of knew it was over with because that offseason was probably the worst offseason I ever had, man. I was drinking a lot. I was like the suicidal stuff started then, but I had just made the Pro Bowl, and it didn't make no sense. I wasn't gonna go to the Pro Bowl, but I ended up going to the Pro Bowl. But I said I ain't going. I called him. I was like, I don't want to go there. Because I was still self-medicating. I was still like. Because I couldn't remember stuff, and I didn't want people. I was hoping that I didn't want nobody to see that I was like so bad mentally from that concussion. So I kind of played it off for the whole like off season. But then I ended up falling asleep behind the wheel in Atlanta on the off season. I didn't sleep in like 3 days, right? So and my coping places were the strip clubs because they was open at 12 and I can just sit around and like do nothing, like not even drink, just be out of the house. I hated being in the house. Like being in the house like scared me. That's when I had my worst thoughts. So I went to the strip club and I was sitting down, but then I finally started getting tired. I was like, shit, I gotta go home. So I tried to drive home. I literally didn't even have no drinks. So I tried to drive. Next thing you know, they was banging on the window, and I was like, shit. So and then so I got locked up for that. And I ain't never tried to explain it because I'm like, first of all, they're gonna say, nah, you was drunk or you was there. I'm like, nah, I really didn't sleep in 3 days. I was tired. So so I didn't even try to fight it. So when I went to Arizona, they was like, well, we're gonna send you to some treatment. You need to get treatment. So I went to treatment before the season, but I was like, y'all don't get it. It ain't this. It's my, you know what I mean? And I had a talk. I told him, I was like, I don't know if I can play this year, man. And I ended up getting another concussion, and then my career was over. But I wish on the off season I should have been more forthcoming with how I was, because on the off season I might have could have healed a lot more compared to trying to just. But that's how we used to be though. Men didn't used to come beat us open. We used to, like, especially in the sport I was in, you don't want to tell nobody you can't play anymore. I just made the Pro Bowl, but I'm like, dude, I'm shaky as I don't know what. I can't remember certain things. I'm not sleeping well, and so it was a lot. But I wish I would have gave the Cardinals more because they gave me an opportunity to be a better player, and I had to like stop telling myself that I let everybody down. Like I let the Jets down, I let the Falcons down, I let the Cardinals down. I'm like, dude, you gave them your all. You were just a man, and you had to learn life too. Like I always try to tell myself, this is your first time living, man. Like this is all our first time. Like we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like so. I had to do a lot of self healing, and I'm still doing it now, man. It's still tough for me to do certain things, even though it's, I'm out here being open about it. But sometimes, I have my days and I don't want to leave home, but I got to get up and walk around. I got to get my 10K every day. I got to get my 10,000 steps in. If I don't get my 10,000 day, my day is ruined. So I don't care if I don't do anything like what people call productive. If I don't get my 10K in, my whole day is ruined. So I make sure I get my 10K in, and I try to talk to my kids every day. But like I said, Arizona was probably one of the worst because, and the funny thing happened like that. When I got to Arizona the first week, my nephew, because I had to leave him for a little while, he was 17 at the time. So I left him at the house. I'm like, look, I got to go to Arizona. But I knew I was going to sign there. They say, look, just keep your bags. You staying here. He had a Project X party at my house.
Oh,
the day
no.
I left. They ruined my entire house, man. And it's funny now, but I'm so my high school jersey, college jersey, Julio Jones jersey, Matt Ryan jersey, Tony Gonzalez jersey, Curtis Martin jersey, Lawrence Taylor jersey, Peyton Manning, like all these jerseys I had, all the footballs I collected from my whole career, from college all the way up to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
Everything gone. Everything gone. So think about going into the season with the Cardinals, and that's the first thing that happened when you get to Arizona. Yeah. So I look on my phone because at the time I wasn't paying attention because they told me I wasn't going to start. So this is like the second day in Arizona. The second day, I look at my phone and some kid texts me. He's like, "I hope Mr. Abraham ain't mad that his elliptical machine is in his indoor pool." I was like. Like my heart stopped. Like literally my heart was like, what the? And I was like, should I go tell the coach this? No, see, I'm like, should I go tell the coach? Because I can't leave. Like I just got a job here. I can't leave. Like I can't go. Like as much as I want to be like, look, I'm gonna go. And then first thing they're gonna say is, well, we had to cut Mr. Abraham. He already said he gotta go back to Atlanta. I'm like, so I gotta take this lick. Yeah. So by the time I got back here, because I had stayed in Arizona the whole offseason, so by the time I got here, my house was completely empty. Everything was broken. Like it was terrible. And this is my dream house, man. I stayed on Lake Lanier. I had an indoor pool. I was right there on the lake. I had like a 13-foot like pond in front of my house. It was like it was what I always wanted in life. I'm talking the perfect place for me. So that hurt also for that like, so I had a lot. So my transitions were, it wasn't cool when I first got there. Yeah.
I do want to say this, John. First off, I'm really thankful that you're still with us. I try not to share this too much, but I kind of struggle with, having thoughts in some form or fashion. And I agree, man, like 10, 15 years ago, guys, it wasn't cool to be open, which is why, like, in the earlier part of the show, I wanted to commend you for that. And
Right.
I just want to say, man, I'm so glad that you're here, because there are other people that probably would have listened, and I'm glad that you didn't. And as much as you regret what happened in Arizona, we can still, though, reminisce about like how you did statistically, because in our eyes, man, no one's ever going to know beyond the stats, and no one's
Right.
going to know like what you're struggling with, what you're fighting with personally. And the fact that you're still here with us, man, I think is incredible. And I just want to say I'm really glad that you're talking to us today, and that you're here today, and you didn't listen to that back then.
Well, Cody, I can say this, man. You have to literally talk to yourself out of it. Like I don't care how many people you love. I don't care who's going to tell you this. It doesn't matter. And what I did, my last straw was when I probably should have been gone. But I told myself, you work so hard to be a football player. Like, you got up every day. You miss so many stuff of your family. I probably played 8,000 plays in the NFL. Like, I only got 133 and a half sacks. But I'm worried about the next day in life. Like, think of all them losses I took, man. I lost 21 straight games in college and came right back and trying to make it. I didn't get a sack every time I played. I didn't do all that. So when I think about it now, it seems so stupid to me to even think that way. Like when I think about like the possibilities of what I can do now from being here, like, and the big thing that changed me, the really big thing, because I was working. Because I started in 2020. So it's a 5-year journey. I'm in my 5th year of my journey right now. So in 2022, my daughter, she was in 8th grade. She's in 11th grade now. She was so this is when I started taking her to school and doing stuff. I started getting out of the house again, because I was one of those people that didn't. I was a hermit for a little while. So I started taking her to school. I started picking her up from practice, like picking her up after school. Stuff I didn't used to do really, because I was always drinking or doing some other stuff or couldn't get up. And so the end of the school year, in her 8th grade year, they give awards and everything. So the principal was talking about this student, and she didn't say he, she didn't say she. She was just like, this person always comes to school with a smile on their face. They play sports. They do this. They on the AB honor roll. They do flag football. Well, she said football. She didn't say, but she said football, basketball. And I'm looking at her mom like, this might be Yumi. She was like, no, she said football. I said, but I'm saying everything she's saying is my daughter. And then when they said her name, man, it hit so hard. It was like, dude, if you weren't here, like, if you would have did what you thought you wanted to do, you think this stuff still would have been good for her? Like, you might have messed up her whole trajectory of, like, the 8th grade could have been totally different. Like, saying that she come to school with a smile, saying that she go to this practice, saying she going to. I was like, damn, I did that. And I was like, this is why you got to stay here, bro. Because, like, you don't understand how big. Like, I think a lot of us don't understand how big of a piece of puzzle we are sometimes, because we want to do more. We think too big sometimes. Like, you were like, oh my God, but sometimes it's like, giving somebody a phone call. Austin and Corey, like, you might not talk to Austin today, you got to talk to Corey the next day. It's like little things that people don't even know that can, like, that. I realized how big of a person I was, like, even talking to my oldest daughter now. She tells me, like, Dad, thank you. She told me some stuff. Like, my daughter tells me stuff, and it about make me want to cry, because she had to deal with the football, John. She had to deal with the 15 years. I had her when I was a rookie. So she had to deal with NFL, Abe. So she had to see all the bad parts, and she but she was like, Dad, thank you for keeping the family together. And I was just like, man, that's big for any man. I don't care if your kid, your oldest kid, that she's 24 now, and she can tell me, like, thank you. I'm like, man, yeah. I said, so yeah, I got a few years left. I got. And I think a lot of us have reasons, but you got to lean on your reasons why, and not your reasons why not.
Yeah, 100%, John.
Yeah. So let's transition to our lightning round. Again, that's 53 minutes, almost an hour. It's been fantastic. It's been flying by. So our lightning round, we just have some fun questions. I do have
the lightning switch.
The wardrobe change.
I do have a Falcons question that's not on our rundown, but because those Falcons teams that you played on, man, you had some names on that team with you. kind of give us some of your favorite times with the Falcons and what was it like going against an offense with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones in practice?
Man, it was it started from day one here, man. Like it had nothing in. You can take football out of my Atlanta experience, and it was probably the best time of my life. Like regardless of anything I did on the football field, like just the way the city embraced me, the way the Falcons embraced me, even from Arthur Blank, like being treated like your work. Like I understand how Michael Parsons feel. Like, you want to be with a team like me going to Jets. And then when I came to the Falcons, it was just like, oh, coaches were talking to me. People were like telling me how good I was and how I'm looking like this wasn't the same way in New York. In New York, I couldn't, like they were talking about how I was a menace and I couldn't do this right. And I'm looking like, what the heck did I do? I'm like, so it was just like, when you're at a team, sometimes they try to devalue you. And like just like how they doing Michael Parsons, like when I was in New York, it was like everybody just seemed like they're trying to devalue like what I've done. I'm a 3-time Pro Bowl, I'm a All Pro, but it's like I'm coming into work feeling like I'm just I'm changing the trash today. I get to Atlanta, it's like, Jim Moore was the head coach. He was just like, "What you need, Abe?" He went and gave me a big old bag and just threw some clothes in there. Like, here you go, and then I think I got to see Mike Vick in person. Like, got to see him in practice. I got to see Roddy White. I got to play against guys. I got to play against Wayne Gandy, who I knew for a long time. I got to play with him. You know what I mean? I got and then I got to see Matt Ryan's first pass because I didn't know if he was going to be good because Boston College. Who is this guy from Boston College? Like, why they got him? I knew nothing about. I knew nothing about Matt Ryan. And then the first play, I didn't have to wait long. The first play of his career, he throws a touchdown pass to Jinx. So it's like, man, okay, we got one. So I was nervous. And like right after that, I was just like, I'm good. Like, shoot. And like I said, it didn't take him long. It was just like, okay, we got one here. And like getting to play with Grady Jackson, getting to play with Rod Coleman, Jonathan Babineau. When Julio came in, it was like we knew he was going to be good, but saying that he was going to be that good, man, like I got to see some incredible athletes, man. And to say like Tony Gonzalez, man, I got to practice with Tony. With me and Tony, like we're friends for so much longer, and him finally coming to Atlanta, it's just so I got so many stories that. And I was just appreciative. And me, I've always been a football fan. So being in the locker room with these guys, I'm like fans too. So like, I'm sitting beside Asante Samuels. Okay. Like this is my locker mate. Asante, I had Dante Robinson sometime, so like all this stuff is, like I said, I never felt like I was supposed to be at that table, but now looking back, you were there. And to understand that my place in history is amazing. Like, regardless of like 100 years from now, people might not talk about me as much, but you turn on Falcons tape 100 years from now, you still gonna see, hey, that's that John Abraham. Okay. I don't know nothing about that guy. He was pretty good. Like I literally made history, and this place was meant for me. Like where I'm at was meant for me. Like me being in here was meant for me, regardless of whether I felt like I was lucky or I had to fight my butt off, and I left an imprint in history that is gonna be here forever, man. So and like I said, if I could do it all again, I definitely would twerk a little things. But and the funny thing is, people are talking about they'll do stuff differently. Then you might not have the same advantage. I might not got a chance to play with Julio. I might not play with Matt Ryan. If I'd have been super awesome, it's crazy. Like if I'd have been super awesome, like if you redraft, and I've done this 50 times in my head, right? Redraft the 2000 draft. I would have been in like the top 2 or 3 picks. I'm just saying, like Tom Brady would have been one just because of the quarterback and everything like that. Then I would have been right there. If you look at the stats from everybody from the top 10, I would have been 1, 2, 3, or 4. Yeah, like because you got LeVar Arrington, you got Samuels, you got Courtney Brown. Courtney Brown was 1. So if you redraft this, I'm going 1, 2. I'm going 1, 2.
100%.
It's gonna be hard. I'm not saying I'm better than Tom Brady, so don't take it like that. But if somebody already had did the Browns have a quarterback then? They had Tim Couch, didn't they? Yep. So I probably would won.
Yeah, they usually do draft a quarterback every year. So yeah. I said, yeah, the Browns usually draft a quarterback every year. So
yeah, but yeah, I'm saying you're right.
All right, John. So I got a question about sack celebrations. Were they something where you like to be spontaneous when you had it and you would celebrate, or did you plan out your celebrations?
I only did this, and this was at the end of my career.
Oh, okay.
You know, we used to get fined. Like we couldn't
Yeah,
celebrate.
nowadays everyone's cool with doing it. If you had to have a celebration other than the eye thing, was there one that you would have maybe cooked up that you would have probably loved to bust out?
I'm so used to, my mind was so we can't do it that I ain't.
That's true.
Like it was, like you didn't even want to do because you did that. They might say, oh, personal foul. Like okay, I told you what's sacks are expensive, right? So if I get them and get a you do like this, and they like, take your sack away. You don't want that. So I was making sure, like, I don't have to celebrate. Like, it was, for me, it was like, if I do something and they take this sack away, nah, because you gotta understand, like, I got sacks before, and they were like, holding on the defense. You'd be like, mother. I ain't trying to get no like if they was to let us to do it, I probably been dancing all kind of stuff. Then I would have had something like really nice for it. But it was like I ain't giving up no damn sacks. I lost too many sacks, and especially because my career. Like I wish I could have a few of them sacks back I got from them offside penalties and all them other stuff. I'm like, sheesh.
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
You played in an era with a lot of good trash talkers. Who was your favorite?
I ain't really like trash talking like that, man, because most people that talk trash weren't always good. I had this one guy, he from Salon. I used to hate him because he talked so much trash, man, and he was terrible. But you know, but look, an old lineman can talk trash and then have somebody chip you. Yeah, so I'm like, dude, you talking? Yeah, you ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. I'm like, bro, y'all chipping me. So, dude, you really think you a man? Y'all double team. That's like I ain't never jumped nobody before in my life. I might have got jumped before, but I ain't never jumped nobody. Like I feel like I could take you on man on man. You a big 300-pound dude, and you talking trash like, yeah, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, come on, I'm like, man, bro. Like literally, like I ain't really a fighter like that. But I was like, dude, if I could fight you, I would punch you in the throat.
If I would lose a sack for punching you in the throat, boy. Oh.
Hey, I used to be so close.
Thankfully you didn't, because that would have cost you a sack.
They did it, bang bang.
Yeah.
Yep.
A sack and a bag.
If you were lining up today, who's the QB that you would want to sack?
This is the dumbest question ever, Matt.
All of them.
Every last one. What are you talking about?
All 32 quarterbacks.
All right, I'll bite the bullet on that one.
Let me be realistic. No, the question makes sense because I know people. Y'all hear all these people talking. Oh man, I used to love sacking Brady. Getting Brady was just man. Let me be realistic, bro. I don't give a damn who back there. You can be back there, Matt. You gonna get it. Cody back there, you gonna get it. I don't give a damn who it is. Like that question makes no sense. You're not wrong for the question, but I think people answer it wrong. People be like, "Oh yeah, I really." Like, nah, I don't give a like. I used to hate playing I hated linemen. I didn't hate quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are the reason why y'all talking to me now. If they weren't no quarterbacks, I just had to get tackled. I wouldn't be up here with y'all. So any damn quarterback back there, it can be the third string quarterback. My job is to get him. I don't care if he's number 1, number 99. I don't care if it's one of them. What them screen passes, one of them flip passes to the back, and the back got a pass. Is that a sack? I'm getting that. If they don't give me a sack for that, damn sack. All these people be saying, oh. The most important was this guy because he used to talk so much trash. I didn't, bro. You could put in any one of y'all get back there and say, "Huh."
That's right. I love that.
Note to self: ask John Abraham who he wants to sack.
Yeah, everybody. Anybody that's accepting a hike.
Well, he might take second 40.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah,
so, I don't care if it's they got a back in there. I don't care if it's a holder. If that holder try to run it past that ball, I hit them. They give me a sack. Thank you.
Yeah.
receiver around on the screen trying to run one of those receiver passes. Thank you. I'm taking all that. Hey, anytime. I'm being realistic.
I saw your face when he was asking that, and I'm like, ooh, I already know he's saying anybody who will just any of them. Anyone. Yeah. Nobody's safe. If it counts as a sack, you ain't safe.
I don't care who it is. I don't care who to the tackle. The tackle, I'm gonna hit his ass. Sack.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I love that.
It's
All
hard
right.
to
So,
come by. It's hard to come by.
yeah. So we like to ask this one question to all the coaches and players and everything that we've had on here. And it's when people hear the name John Abraham, what do you want them to remember when they hear your name?
My kids, hopefully they'll say I was a great father. Hopefully, after I pass away and, people walk around, my kids will speak well of me. I don't give a shit what y'all say. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like Cody can feel way, you can feel a certain way. Like, I just want to make sure that when my daughters speak on me, I've seen a lot of guys that have gone and you talk to their kids and it's like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, that's your legacy for real, man. Like, you can have the whole world thinking you great. Like, you see some people we will see as like very great people, but then you hear their kids talk about them after they pass away, and it's like, dang, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if everybody else thinks I'm a terrible guy, as long as my 4 daughters always be like, my dad was this, my dad was this. Like, my mom today still talks about her father, my grandfather. She still talks about how great of a guy he was, even though as a kid I didn't see it, but now as a man I do. I understand the impact that a dad can have on a woman, and I got 4 of them, so like I really don't, because when I go to bed, I don't think about what everybody thinking. You know what I'm saying? Because like I honestly feel like the stuff I've been through, in order for me to have a good afterlife, I'm gonna have to be consistent on what I want and consistent on like how I live. And because I think that's the ultimate hell if you live in a life you can't live and you're always thinking about wrong stuff. So I try to think about the most positive stuff in my life and try to keep it in that direction. So hopefully everybody can say he was a good father. His kids came out great, and we can keep working from there. We have a lot of Abraham, maybe because I got all girls, so maybe my girls will have some boys and they can say his granddaddy was Abraham, so that's the kind of thing I got to worry about. So my whole story is different now. I ain't like these kids. I've been seeing the guys, they got their sons are in the league now, and I'm like, I used to be jealous, but I'm like, dude, I can have like an ass of grandsons. I'm like, 6 foot or better. All my daughters like 6 foot, so I'm like, come on, I got to get one. I can get one now,
That's an incredible answer.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't want to say every answer is the same because obviously everyone has a little different answer, but it's almost always in that realm of what you said, right? It's my family, my kids, how they see me is more important than kind of anything else. And I appreciate you sharing that and opening that up. And that's kind of a point of view we've asked every former player and coach we've had on here. So I appreciate you taking the time to answer that one for us.
Yeah, it totally would have been different if you'd asked me like 15 years ago when I was playing. Oh yeah, I want to be known as a great player. I want to be known as this. But I got older now. Like when somebody writing my usage, all they talking about my stats, that's gonna suck.
Yeah,
yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Have sex with this. Okay, service over. What did the guy do? Like, shoot, he did nothing but football. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, that's all the other stuff is trash.
Well, you have 4 beautiful kids that you're going to leave a legacy with, and that they'll carry on. And again, that's credit to you for the work that you've done to, overcome whatever circumstance that you were fighting with throughout your playing career. And, we sit here and we see, again, a great career in our opinion, but in your perspective, it could have been better because you weren't at your absolute best. But I think today we were fortunate enough to meet a great person in John Abraham, who is more than just a football player. And so I'm honored. I know the guys on the screen are honored that we get to have this moment with you and share all those stories. And again, this may be a football focused show, but what we love to do is talk on a human level to like former athletes, what it was like, and to hear stories like that to us is like more exciting. And so again, really appreciate you being open and honest and vulnerable. Like, man, this has probably been one of my favorite interviews just because of how honest it's been. And I love that. And the fact that you're in retrospect of where you were to where you want to be and like what you're leaving behind, I think it's beautiful, man. So thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And really, football is life. I mean, just like if you got any other job, you got to work on it just like you do. And once I put my perspective in and I got to work at it, even if I got to lift weights today, lifting weights to me now is like, reading over my CBT, working on my coaching is talking to my kids. It's the same thing. Like you just got to find a perspective. And I go to practice every day. Practice every day is waking up, washing my ass, and getting out of the house. That's my practice every day. I practice that every day.
And we're gonna win practice is what we're gonna do.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
All right. Well, John, is there anything that you want to plug before we let you go? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say we do appreciate it again, and again, the whole vision behind our show was to get the things that fans don't maybe see sometimes. So, but I would love to have you back on throughout the season just to talk some football, talk some ball, see how the Falcons are going, and maybe what you're seeing and stuff like that. So again, for me, thank you for being here with us tonight.
All right, cool, man. Yeah, but you definitely talk football because this season is amazing already. Like this is a great soap opera.
Yeah,
so far.
Great soap opera, man. The Chiefs look like they're done. Cardinals are terrible. It's like Falcons are playing awesome. Like, no, we got some good football this year, man. This is gonna be like, I don't even like. It's just so much good stuff. It's so much trauma going on. It's like,
it's good. It's good.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry I asked you the dumb question, but I do appreciate.
No, I wasn't dumb question. I'm just messing with you. I'm just joking. man. Okay, let's say I said we got 100 people here. Which one you want to give you the $1 million? You be like, I don't give a. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Which one of these people do you receive it from? You be like, she.
Everybody.
Yeah. Whoever next, baby.
That's right.
I appreciate it. No, I was just messing with you though, but yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
I got you, man. We're good.
All right, John, did you want to plug anything before we let you go?
I'll probably plug something next time. I'm working on a few things now. My IG is right there, the @Abraham55. Working on getting on me a little foundation started now. I finally confidence enough in myself that I can feel like I'm worth being around people, because I help people all the time, but I've never been that guy to want to put my name on something like that, because I always felt like if it's charity, you don't tell nobody about it. But when I come back, hopefully I can have everything set up for y'all and everything. But that's just about it. Just that little thing right there for my IG. So if y'all want to follow me on IG, you can see anything that I'm got going on.
Well, if you'd love to, we'd love to keep in touch with you to see how that journey goes, because as soon as you get everything situated where you're confident to talk about it, we'd love to have you on to talk all about it and also help share it and get as many views as possible. So you let us know how we can help you, and we'd love to have you back during the season and during the time where you're ready to announce some big things happening in your life. Okay.
No question. Appreciate it, fellas.
All right, John. Hey, man, such a wonderful time meeting you. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you so much for your time, John. Take care.
All right.
Appreciate you. Oh my gosh, you guys, how incredible.
What a humbling.
I can't think of a better way to spend my Friday night, honestly.
Oh
what how open and vulnerable he was.
Yeah, man.
Like
I didn't even get to the part of where I love defense. Like that bonding.
I think this episode was beyond defense, man. Like this was so cool.
And this just goes to show like what the show is about. Like at the end of the day, these guys, they're athletes and they're the stars on TV, but you don't see what's going on behind the scenes. You don't see what's going on off the field. And this kind of like gives you that inside look of like what some of them are going through, what they're still going through.
Right.
So,
man, such an incredible human, guys. I mean, it's kind of interesting to hear someone talk very similar to how I've kind of felt growing up, and to be someone that speaks about it so honestly. Man, it was good. God, that was so good.
It was one of our more powerful episodes, huh?
It was, man. I feel like it was. So
man, if he doesn't get a gold jacket for the NFL Hall of Fame, get that dude a gold jacket for just like.
You know what? We'll give him a gold Westy Bestie jacket. We'll do one better. I mean,
for sure.
So, all right. I don't have anything else to add other than I'm gonna give a shout out to our sponsors. So JBW Solutions, Jeff and the guys over there. Thank you guys so much for being great partners. I'm so sorry I didn't get to plug your guys' stuff as much. This was a very good and informative and powerful episode. So hopefully you guys get to watch it. Go visit our partners down in JBW Solutions. Jeff and his team, phenomenal people. We share a lot of their stuff on our socials. So please go and check them out. Emporia State Federal Credit Union, thank you for your partnership. Go and check them out as well. Links are down below. We talked about Badger Barrel. We're going to be doing content with them pretty soon. We've talked about Beard Club, Snag It Golf, Spy Optic, Orange 20, get 20% off your shades. Just a bunch of great partners that have been investing in the War Room that allow us to have deep, powerful conversations like this. And guys, I mean, shoot, what a hell of a night. What a hell of a night.
And let's dive real quick into next week. Chris Hoven is joining. Yep. That could also be another powerful show. He reached out to us and asked if he could come onto the show. So we're super excited to have Chris Hoven on the show. I know, he has some things that he wants to talk about as well. So that could be a fantastic show. And then Wednesday night we have Brianna Sports. I know you guys have been seeing her stuff on IG and IG. And she's also really excited about joining us. Just like we're excited to have these people on as well. And then we're getting closer to our boy Quentin Jammer coming back on.
That's right.
Absolutely.
How fun.
Dude, that's going to be, again, you
wait.
never know with Quentin. So really excited about Quentin coming on in a couple weeks, 2 weeks from Tuesday. Or a week from Tuesday. So this week's just been off. It's been a weird week for all of us. So Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, and I do want to say, so Corell Buckhalter did reach out to us. He was supposed to join the show earlier in the week, but again, life happens, scheduling conflict. But he reached out to us, and he was very genuine, deep, said, hey, guys, I'm really sorry I couldn't join the show. I really want to be there, so we're going to schedule him. He wants to come on in December, so Corell Buckhalter will be joining the War Room in December. Be looking for that date to drop as it gets closer. But again, he reached out, said sorry. Felt really bad about it, told him not to worry about it. Life happens, but he really wants to be here. So we're excited for that as well.
Yeah. Us four knuckleheads, we were able to hold down the fort. So
somehow we managed, I think.
We did.
Do you guys have anything else before we sail off into a weekend full of football?
I feel like I have so much to say, but I'm still kind of processing it.
Same. Just such good stuff.
I got called dumb by John Abraham. I'm going to brag about that for ages.
Sorry for the question.
No, I genuinely think that it was a fun answer. So
it was a fun answer. No, I didn't take any offense. I thought it was funny. So
you really had him going on that pressures, though.
Yeah, pressures against sacks one. That was a hoot. So
put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt. We'll give it to him.
But now I kind of want to get Chris Hoven's kind of thought on it because he also played D-line as well. So it's kind of just like I want to get his thought, but at the same time, it's like, no.
Yeah.
No. But guys, again, if you tuned in late, I do encourage you guys to go back and listen to this episode. It's
more than football.
It had a lot of funny moments, but it also had a lot of good, serious moments. So again, I can't thank John enough for coming on, and another one who wants to come back on the War Room, and big announcements he's wanting to make. So hopefully the foundation stuff goes well for him, and he gets where he wants to have us share it for him. Yeah. Because again, that's what the show's about. We get to talk football, but we also talk about life and getting to know the players behind the scenes. And tonight was definitely one of our more powerful ones. So again, John, if you're watching, if you see this, we appreciate you for coming on, and we absolutely look forward to having you back on with us soon.
Nailed it.
Yep. All right, guys. One more housekeeping note. Please go subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, turn on post notifications so you get notified when a new episode drops, and follow us on social media at West War Room Rivals, as all the other handles. Man, does look like some great swag. I can't wait to go check it out.
Roger Barrow, you don't understand what you just started.
For real.
You're going to get so sick of the stuff I'm going to post with your grill, but I can't thank you guys enough. This is
that looks great. I cannot wait.
He has the meats.
I have. Oh, they're going to have plenty of meats.
Oh yeah, Shoviks are going to show you the meats, all right.
Yeah, between their product and honestly the Shank It Golf, like the merchandise, whether you golf or not, like these are just nice, like comfortable, cool. I run hot, so any kind of like clothing that is like just cool to the like wear, I'm always a fan of. And like this polo, it's just such like a cool fit. And they sent like 3 or 4 of them. You got the merch where it looks like it says legalized marijuana. but
Okay.
it's a golf term, but it's legalized mulligans.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
just a bunch of cool stuff on there. I highly recommend checking it out. Even if you don't golf, like again, they have polos and like clothing apparel that is kind of funny and incredibly comfortable to wear. So just make sure you check all of these links out on our IG page. Go follow them and support them through their socials as well.
Sweet. All right. I think that's it, you guys. So let's sign off. We're going to see you guys on Tuesday for Chris Hogan as a program reminder. Hogan. I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to be sending out graphics and all that shortly. Let's get ready for some football. We'll see you guys on the next episode.